reads.
Are you ready for the most exciting 50 Shades of Grey experience of your short life? Wow. Chapter 3, the third one that there is. They don't have chapter titles, which is a shame. I would like them to, personally.
Ooh. You know? Oh wait, they don't. It just says chapter 3.
Yeah.
Ugh, boring.
Chapter 3, The Revenge of the Phantom of the Opera. There we go. We'll name our own chapters and it'll be much more fun. Let's do it. Let's get reading this mamma jam.
50 Shades of Grey, Chapter 3. Oh, that sounds like an audiobook. Okay. Kate is ecstatic. But what is he doing at Clayton's? Her curiosity eats through the phone. I'm in the depths of the stockroom, trying to keep my voice casual. He was in the area. I think that is one huge coincidence, Anna. You don't think he was there to see you? She speculates. My heart lurches at the prospect, but it's a short-lived joy. The dull, disappointing reality is what he was here on visit. He was visiting the farming division of WSU. He's funding some research, I mutter. Oh yes, he's given the department a $2.5 million grant. Wow. How do you know this? Anna, I'm a journalist, and I've written a profile on the guy. It's my job to know this.
Yeah, but you didn't actually go and interview him, though.
Yeah, so like
you don't know shit.
And also, by
Kate.
the way, I saw I told you I cheated and saw the movie, and that stockroom, that is like the tiniest little hardware store.
Just a small booth with a hammer in it.
The depths of it, I'm like, yeah, right.
Come on down to Clayton's, you can buy a bucket of nails for only 2 grubs.
Okay. Okay, Carla Bernstein. See? Bernstein, keep your hair on. So do you want these photos? Of course I do. The question is, who's going to do them and where? You could ask him where. He says he's staying in the area. You can contact him? I have his cell phone number. Kate gasped. The richest, most elusive, most enigmatic bachelor in Washington State just gave you his cell phone number? Yes. Anna, he likes you. No doubt about it. Her tone is emphatic.
Gosh, he dropped the digits on you. He trying to fuck. He's trying to get some pussy.
Gosh, you sound like a Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo-boo, looks like a beautiful day to munch some puss.
Oh, gosh.
Grim.
Kate, he's just trying to be nice. But even as I say the words, I know they're not true. Christian Grey doesn't do nice.
Christian Grey does bitches. What? Sorry.
And a small, quiet voice whispers, perhaps Kate is right. My scalp prickles at the idea that maybe, just maybe, he might like me. After all, he did say he was glad Kate didn't do the interview. I hugged myself with quiet glee, rocking from side to side, entertaining the possibility that he might like me for one brief moment. Kate brings me back to the now. This is so sad.
It does make her more relatable, though.
Yeah.
I relate so strongly to this pathetic character.
Oh, someone likes me. Dobby has found a friend.
I don't know who will get to do the shoot. Levi, our regular photographer, can't. He's home in Idaho Falls for the weekend. He'll be pissed that he blew an opportunity to photo one of America's leading entrepreneurs. What about Jose? Great idea. You ask him. He'll do anything for you. Then call Gray and find out where he wants us. Kate is irritatingly cavalier about Jose. I think you should call him. Who, Jose? Skate coughs? No, Gray. Anna, you're the one with the relationship. Relationship? I squeak at her, my voice rising several octaves. I barely know the guy. At least you've met him, she says bitterly. And it looks like he wants to know you better, Anna. Just call him, she snaps and hangs up. She is so bossy sometimes. I frown at myself, sticking my tongue out at it, because I'm fucking 2 years old.
Juvenile.
I'm just leaving a message for Jose when Paul enters the stockroom looking for sandpaper. You're kind of busy out there, Anna, he says without acrimony. Yeah, sorry, I say, turning to leave. So how come you know Christian Grey? Paul's voice is unconvincingly nonchalant. I had to interview him for our student newspaper. Kate wasn't well. I shrugged, trying to sound casual and doing no better than him. Christian Grey and Clayton. Go figure, Paul snorts, amazed. I know, that's what I always think of. He shakes his head as if to clear it. Anyway, want to grab a drink or something this evening? Whenever he's home, he asks me on a date, and I always say no. It's a ritual. I've never considered it a good idea to date the boss's brother. And besides, Paul is cute in a wholesome all-American boy-next-door kind of way. But he's no literary hero. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
He sounds like such a Dorcas Malorcas.
But like a normal dude. Is Gray my subconscious? Asks me, her eyebrows figuratively raised. I slap her down.
Slap that bitch to the ground. No subconscious. I'm interested in dating Paul, the all-American boy next door. He's like a Boy Scout.
But he's no literary hero.
Yeah.
Don't you have a family dinner or something for your brother? That's tomorrow. Maybe some other time, Paul. I need to study tonight. I have my finals next week. Anna, one of these days you'll say yes, he smiles as I escape out to the store floor.
What an all-American thing to do. Asking a woman out on a date until she relents and goes on a date with you. What a cool dude. I love him. He's so American. He has a chiseled chin and a micro penis.
I'm gonna start doing guy voices. But I do places, Anna, not people, Jose groans. Jose, please, I said. Clutching my cell, I pace the living area of our apartment, staring out of the window at the fading evening light. Give me that phone. Kate grabs the handset from me, tossing her silken red blonde hair over her shoulder.
The fuck is that?
Listen here, Jose Rodriguez. If you want our newspaper to cover the opening of your show, you'll do the shoot for us tomorrow. Capiche? Kate can be awesomely tough. Good. Anna will call back to the location and the call time. We'll see you tomorrow. She snaps my cell phone shut. Sorted. And all we need to do now is decide where and when. Call him. She holds the phone out to me. My stomach twists. Call Gray now.
Okay, so Jose Rodriguez is like the most boring, like John Smith-ass Mexican name that a white person could have come up with, right?
I know.
Let's get a second character and call them Juan Santiago. While we're at it. Fucking.
Oh my god.
So weak. I scowled at her and reached into my back pocket for his business card. I take a deep, steadying breath and with shaking fingers I dial the number. He answers on the second ring. Over keen much. His tone is clipped, calm, and cold. Gray. Mr. Gray, it's Anastasia Steele. I don't recognize my own voice, I'm so nervous. There's a brief pause. Inside, I'm quaking. Miss Steele. How nice to hear from you. His voice has changed. He's surprised, I think. And he sounds so warm. Seductive, even. She fucking gooshing over here. My breath hitches, and I flush. I'm suddenly conscious that Catherine Kavanagh is staring at me, her mouth open, looking at the moisture that is seeping around my pussy.
No! I knew where you were going. To stop you.
I dart into the kitchen to avoid her unwanted scrutiny. We'd like to go ahead with the photo shoot for the article. Breathe, Anna, breathe. My lungs drag in a hasty breath. Tomorrow, if that's okay. Where would be convenient for you, sir? I can almost hear his sphinx-like smile through the phone. I'm staying at the Heathman in Portland. Shall we say 9:30 tomorrow morning? Okay, we'll see you there. I'm all gushing and and breathy, like a child. What? Children don't behave that way. Not a grown woman who can vote and drink legally in the state of Washington. That's such ham-fisted writing. It's like, just so you know, this character is of legal age, so it's fine. They can vote and drink illegally in the state of Washington. Wow. I look forward to it, Miss Steele. I visualize the wicked gleam of his eyes. How can he make 7 little words hold so much tantalizing promise? I hang up. Kate is in the kitchen, and she's staring at me with a look of complete and utter consternation on her face. Anastasia Rose Steele, you like him. I've never seen or heard you so affected by anyone before. You're actually blushing. Kate, you know I blush all the time. It's an occupational hazard with me. Don't be ridiculous. I snap. She blinks at me with surprise. I very rarely have hissy fits, and I briefly relent. I just find him intimidating, that's all. Heathman. That figures. What the fuck is Heathman?
I think it's the hotel.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Heathman, that figures, mutters Cade. I'll give the manager a call and negotiate a space for the shoot. I'll make supper, then I need to study. I cannot hide my irritation with her as I open one of the cupboards to make supper. I'm restless that night, tossing and turning, dreaming of smoky grey eyes, coveralls, long legs, long fingers, and dark, unexplored places. Whoa! Is that like a sex dream, or is that some sort of eldritch nightmare?
I don't know, because who's that horny that they wake up twice in the night? I don't fucking get that. Freak.
Unless it's like the wettest of wet dreams. I wake twice in the night, my heart pounding. Oh, I'm going to look just great tomorrow with so little sleep. I scold myself. I punch my pillow and try to settle. Why take it out on the pillow? Sociopath. The Heathman is nestled in the heart of downtown Portland. Its impressive brown stone edifice was completed just in time for the crash of the late 1920s. Jose, Travis and I are travelling in my Beetle, and Kate is in her CLK, since we can't all fit in my car. Travis is Jose's friend and gopher, here to help out with the lighting. Kate has managed to acquire the use of a room at the Heathman free of charge for the morning in exchange for a credit in the article. When she explains at reception we're here to photograph Christian Grey, CEO, we're instantly upgraded to a suite. Just a regular-sized suite, however, as apparently Mr. Grey is already occupying the largest one in the building. Oh, he needs all that space for his giant penis. Probably. I've lost my place. Busy thinking about Christian Grey's giant throbbing boner. An overkeen marketing executive shows us up to the suite. He's terribly young and very nervous for some reason. I suspect Kate's beauty and commanding manner disarm him, because he's putty in her hands. The rooms are elegant, understated, and opulently furnished. It's 9. We have half an hour to set up. Kate is in full flow. Jose, I think we'll shoot against that wall. Do you agree? She doesn't wait for his reply. Travis, clear the chairs. Anna, could you ask housekeeping to bring up some refreshments? And let Grey know where we are. Yes, mistress. She's so domineering. I roll my eyes, but do as I'm told. Half an hour later, Christian Grey walked into our suite. Holy crap. He's wearing a white shirt, open at the collar, and grey flannel pants that hang from his hips. His unruly hair is still damp from a shower. My mouth goes dry looking at him. He's so freaking hot. All the moisture is going elsewhere. I think you know what I'm talking about. That's right, armpit sweat. She's very nervous. Grey is followed into the suite by a man in his mid-30s, all buzz-cut and stubble, in a sharp dark suit and tie, who stands silently in the corner. His hazel eyes watch us impassively. Miss Steele, we meet again. Grey extends his hand, and I shake it, blinking rapidly. Oh my, he's
stupid.
Like she's caught in the headlights.
Like
Hello.
You've never seen an attractive man.
My name is Kate, and I shake hands. Wait, no, I'm not Kate, I'm the other one. Mr. Grey, let me touch your hand. Oh my. He really is quite... As I touch his hand, I'm aware of that delicious current running right through me, lighting me up, making me blush, and I'm sure my erratic breathing must be audible. Mr. Grey, this is Catherine Kavanagh, I mutter, waving a hand towards Kate, who comes forward, looking him squarely in the eye. The tenacious Miss Kavanagh, how do you do? He gives her a small smile, looking genuinely amused. I trust you're feeling better? Anastasia said you were unwell last week. I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Grey. She shakes his hand firmly without batting an eyelid. I remind myself that Kate has been to the best private schools in Washington. Her family has money, and she's grown up confident and sure of her place in the world. She doesn't take any crap. I'm in awe of her, and her fucking money. Wow.
Yeah, honestly.
Kate's so rich. She grew up
Comb Owen, dude.
slapping
You have so
servants.
much.
Fucking... Thank you for taking the time to do this. She gives him a polite professional smile. It's a pleasure, he answers, turning his gaze on me, and I flush again. Damn it. This is Jose Rodriguez, our photographer, I say, grinning at Jose, who smiles with affection back at me. His eyes cool when he looks from me to Grey. Mr. Grey, he nods. Mr. Rodriguez. Grey's expression changes too, as he appraises Jose. Where would you like me? Grey asks him. His tone sounds vaguely threatening, but Catherine's not about to let Jose run the show. Mr. Grey, if you could sit here, please. Be careful of the lighting cables, and then we'll do a few standing, too. She directs him to a chair set up against the wall. Travis switches on the lights, momentarily blinding Grey, and mutters an apology. Then Travis and I stand back and watch as Jose proceeds to snap away. He takes several photographs handheld, asking Grey to turn this way, then that, to move his arm, put it down again. Moving the tripod, Jose takes several more, while Grey sits and poses, patiently and naturally, for about 20 minutes. My wishes come true. I can stand and admire Grey from not so afar. Fucking hell. What is her deal? She's so fucking moist for this man.
I mean, I would love to feel the way literally anyone, but good lord,
it's fucking
girl,
mental. She's in the same room and she's already just like, oh my god, I want to just look at him for 20
so hot,
minutes.
I'm stupid now.
Oh my god, look at the bone structure of his cheeks. I want to rub my fucking face on it. Fucking.
I'm having memories of me when I first discovered Tumblr in 2013, watching like Sherlock and being like, like,
oh, Benedict Cumberbatch's cheekbone. It could cut open a tomato.
Yeah.
Ugh. What the fuck is it? Anastasia. I remember the name of the stupid character. Twice our eyes lock, and I have to tear myself away from his cloudy gaze. Enough sitting, Catherine wades in again. Standing, Mr. Grey? She asks. He stands, and Travis scurries in to remove the chair. The shutter on Jose's Nikon starts clicking again. I think we have enough, Jose announces 5 minutes later. Great, says Kate. Thank you again, Mr. Grey. She shakes his hand, as does Jose. I look forward to reading the article, Miss Kavanagh, murmurs Grey and turns to me standing by the door. Will you walk with me, Miss Steele? He asks. Sure, I say, completely thrown. I glance anxiously at Kate, who shrugs at me. I notice Jose scowling behind her. Good day to you all, says Grey as he opens the door, standing aside to allow me out first. Oh my god, can you believe this shit? Holding a door open for a lady in 2018? This man is a saint. This man is the biggest gentleman I've ever even heard of.
He is a true ally.
He's an LGBT ally because he can hold open a door. Wow. Can't even believe it. What do you think of Christian Grey so far? Do you think he's hot? He's described as hot, but what do you think?
He sounds like a little... not to be rude, but he sounds like a cunt.
He sounds like a fucking nonce.
See, my thing with men is like, even if I am intimidated by them, I'm like, oh, I'm inherently better than you, and you will not ever have the satisfaction of intimidating me. So no man, because I don't want their attention. If it's like a rich dude, I just look at him and I'm like, I feel sorry for you. So it's like this weird thing where I would not be like, I would be like, what's her nuts, being like, hello, give him a firm handshake and being like, you mean nothing to me, and I want you to know that.
Just striding up to some rich white man and just pushing them in the dirt and stealing their lunch money. He's like, I'm going to use this to buy candy, and then I'm going to go home and fuck your dad. What?
Exactly. Like, whenever I walk down the street, if a man doesn't move, then we're both going to collide, and I don't care. Like, everything... Yeah, everything for me is like a power play, especially with white rich men. Yeah. I'm like, go ahead, bitch.
Makes sense.
You hurt me, I'm gonna get some money out of it. So that's it. Like,
you think you're happy just because you have a bunch of money? You think you're so happy just because when you die, your coffin's gonna be filled with rubies? Fuck you. My funeral's gonna be surrounded by friends, and yours is gonna be surrounded by money, and money doesn't love you.
I'm like, no one could afford my funeral because I'm poor.
What's up?
What's up, bitch?
Everyone will be too busy working to come to my funeral. What? Crap. Have I done something wrong? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I can't believe I finally found a rich, attractive man in this city. My mother told me never go to Portland. It's filled with bums and losers and people who look like they fell into a blender. But I found myself a man with grey eyes and a sandstone desk or some crap. And I'm gonna fuck him.
Mother, he loves sandstone.
I can't believe it. He's coming over tomorrow. Make him your famous brisket. He'll love it.
Honey, we don't eat, I can't do my voice, balls. We don't eat brisket. We eat matzah. Sorry, okay. I lost my voice.
We don't eat balls.
So well. We don't eat balls.
In this house, we don't eat balls. We focus exclusively on shaft.
Okay, my turn.
That's the Vandercrank way, and that's how we've always been, and that's how we'll always be. I won't have no ball liquor in this house.
No ball cradle in here, honey.
If you're giving a handy, Jay, it's acceptable to touch the balls a little bit, but don't put them in your mouth. That's the devil's teabag.
Oh my gosh. That's good.
Anyway, yeah, it's a sweet book.
Holy hell. What's this about? What does he want? I pause in the hotel corridor, fidgeting nervously as Gray emerges from the room, followed by Mr. Buzzcut and his sharps. I'll call you, Taylor, he murmurs to Buzzcut, Taylor wanders back down the corridor, and Gray turns his burning gray gaze to me. Crap, have I done something wrong? Are you gonna spank me, mister?
I've been a bad little girl and I need to be punished.
Okay then. Go sit on the timeout step.
I wondered if you would join me for coffee this morning. My heart slams into my mouth. A date. Christian Grey is asking me on a date. He's asking if you want a coffee. Maybe he thinks you haven't woken up yet. My subconscious whines at me in a sneering mood again. Bitch, you cannot fucking write. You should not be allowed to write. That is such a... I clear my throat, trying to control my nerves. I have to drive everyone home, I murmur apologetically, twisting my hands and fingers in front of me. Taylor, he calls, making me jump. Taylor, who had been retreating down the corridor, turns and heads back towards us. Are they based at the university? Gray asks, his voice soft and inquiring. I nod, too stunned to speak. Taylor can take them. He's my driver. We have a large 4x4 here, so he'll be able to take the equipment too. Mr. Gray?
I would have imagined that Mr. Gray would have been rich enough to afford more than a 4x4. In this day and age, with his money, he should be able to buy at least a 5x5, you know?
I was going to say a 16x16 going up in multiples there.
Holy shit. Mathematical.
Gosh. Please, can you drive the photographer, his assistant, and Miss Kavanaugh back home? Certainly, sir, Taylor replies. There. Now, can you join me for coffee? Gray smiles as if it's a done deal. See there, I'd be like, no. I frown at him. Mr. Gray, just really... Look, Taylor doesn't have to drive them home. I flash a brief look at Taylor, who remains stoically impassive. I'll swap vehicles with Kate if you give me a moment. Gray smiles a dazzling, unguarded, natural, all teeth showing, glorious smile. Good. Oh my. And he opens the door of the suite so I can re-enter. I scoot around him to enter the room, finding Catherine in deep discussion with her.
Okay, so how has Christian Grey done a smile that shows all of his teeth?
That would be so scary.
There's only one person who can do that, and that's the Joker. That's what that smile is like. That's a bad smile. That's a smile of someone who's going to stab you. Grey gives it an all-teeth-showing smile and unhinges his jaw so that he can eat an entire opossum without chewing. Like a serpent.
Anna, I think he definitely likes you, she says with no preamble whatsoever. Jose glares at me with disapproval. But I don't trust him, she adds. I raise my hand up in the hope that she'll stop talking. By some miracle, she does. Kate, if you take the Beetle, can I take your car? Why? Christian Grey has asked me to go out. Why does she say his first and last name? Christian Grey has asked me to go for coffee with him. Her mouth pops open. Speechless Kate. I savor the moment. She grabs me by my arm and drags me to the bedroom that's off the living area of the suite. Anna, there's something about him. Her tone is full of warning. He's gorgeous, I agree, but I think he's dangerous, especially to someone like you. What do you mean, someone like me, I demand, affronted. An innocent like you, Anna. You know what I mean, she says, a little irritated.
Anna, you fucking virgin. You can't go out with Christian Grey.
I flush. Kate, it's just coffee. I'm starting my exams this week and I need to study so I won't be long. She purses her lips as if considering my request. Finally, she pisses her card key out of the pocket and holds a hand her mine. I'll see you later. Don't be long or I'll send out a search and... Thanks, I hug her.
Okay.
I emerge from the suite to find Christian Grey waiting, leaning up against the wall, looking like a male model and pose for some glossy high-end magazine. Okay, let's do coffee, I murmur, flushing a beet red. He grins. After you, Miss Steele. He stands up straight, holding his hand out for me to go first.
Oh, he's just doing it so he can look at her ass. He's a bad man.
He's not a gentleman.
He's no fucking gentleman any more than I'm a fucking goblin.
I make my way down the corridor, my knees shaky, my stomach full of butterflies, and my heart in my mouth, thumping a dramatic, uneven. I'm going to have coffee with Christian Grey, and I hate coffee.
Oh my god.
What has she gotten herself into this time, honey? It's just coffee. There's lots of stuff to drink instead of coffee.
I can't believe they're going for coffee. It's a drink that famously makes you need to take a shit. And that's very unappealing, except to certain people.
We walk together down the wide hotel corridor to the elevators. What should I say to him? My mind is suddenly paralyzed with apprehension. What are we going to talk about? What on earth do I have in common with him? His soft, warm voice startles me from my reverie. How long have you known Catherine Kavanaugh? Oh, an easy question for starters.
They keep doing first and last names like it's fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I am on your speedwagon.
How long have you known Joseph or Joestar?
Since our freshman year. She's a good friend. He replies, non-committal. What is he thinking?
How is non-committal or committal? How could you possibly imply any meaning from two's letters?
Gosh. At the elevators, he presses the call button, and the bell rings. Doors slide open, revealing a young couple in a passionate clinch inside.
The doors slide open, revealing someone already balls deep.
Surprised and embarrassed, they jump apart, staring guiltily in every direction but ours. Gray and I step into the elevator.
Ready to turn this into a four-way?
Oh, gosh.
Down at the
I'm struggling to maintain a straight face, so I gaze down at the floor, feeling my cheeks turning pink. When I peek up at Gray through my lashes, he has a hint of a smile on his lips. Very hard to tell. The young couple says nothing, and we travel down to the first floor in embarrassed silence. We don't even have the trashy piped music to distract us. The doors open, and much to my surprise, Gray takes my hand, clasping it with his long, cool fingers.
I am so sick of hearing about Christian Gray's long fingers. Just
I know! Like, we get what you're gonna do.
This is the worst fucking foreshadowing that I've ever seen. It's so obvious, like, oh wow, he's finally using those long fingers for something specific. Hint, hint, hint. Cramming them up a pussy. Wow. Who could have seen this coming? Wow, I can't believe it. He could reach in there with his fingers and poke them out the other side. Wow.
Oh, good lord. I feel the current run through me, and my already rapid heartbeat accelerates. As he leads me out of the elevator, we can hear the surprised giggles of the couple erupting behind us. Gray grins. Is it about elevators? He mutters. We cross the expansive, bustling lobby of the hotel towards the entrance, but Gray avoids the revolving door, and I wonder if that's because he'd have to let go of my hand. Oh. Outside, it's a mild May Sunday. Holy shit, it's May, it's mild outside, and it is Sunday.
Wow.
So I'll be dating.
This is good storytelling. I can't even believe it. Wow.
The sun is shining, and the traffic is light. Gray turns left and strolls to the corner where we stop waiting for the light of the pedestrian crossing to change. He's still holding my hand. I'm in the street, and Christian Grey is holding my hand. No one has ever held my hand. I feel giddy. I go all over.
Stop making this character so relatable, goddammit.
I tip to smother the ridiculous grin that threatens to split my face in two. Try to be cool, Anna, my subconscious implores me. The green man appears, and we are off again. Where the fuck is the green? It's white. The crossing thing is light. It's white, not a green guy.
It's green in this country.
What?
Yeah. What the fuck is white man? You have white men everywhere in America, goddammit.
Oh, way too many.
Need some diversity in your fucking traffic.
Sometimes they're orange.
But if they're orange, how can you tell them apart from the red man? I'm sorry to keep interrupting you on this, but I have opinions about this subject. This piece of literary dumpster fire can wait.
I don't know.
Orange
I don't
man?
know. Maybe the hand is orange and the guy walking is white. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, you know how it is here.
It's bullshit. I don't. I've only been to America once, and I only went to California and Oregon and Washington.
So come visit. I don't have a couch or anything, but
I can sleep on a floor.
We walk 4 blocks before we reach the Portland Coffee House, where Gray releases me to hold the door open so I can step inside. Why don't you choose a table while I get the drinks? What would you like? He asks, polite as ever. I'll have English breakfast tea, bag out. He raises his eyebrows. This says bag out, by the way. Like, I was trying to... That's why I was laughing earlier. I was like, what?
She's not the only person who's going to be getting bag out later, if you know what I'm saying. Ho!
He raises his eyebrows. No coffee? I'm not keen on coffee. He smiles. Okay, bag out tea. Sugar? For a moment, I'm stunned, thinking it's an endearment. You fucking idiot. But fortunately, my subconscious kicks in with pursed lips. No, stupid. Do you take sugar? No, thanks. I stare down at my knotted fingers. Who doesn't drink? I would never drink breakfast tea with no sugar. Ew.
Why is she ordering English breakfast tea as well? That's like the shittiest type of tea. When
it literally says Twinings English breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Twinings is a good
brand. A little bit lower down. Twinings is okay, but...
Even so, English breakfast is like the most bog of bog standard teas. Like, it's the shit that the builders drink. They're like, oh yeah, we'll have a builder's breakfast tea. It's like, cool, yeah. We'll just get a bag filled with some sawdust and fucking fart dust and put it in.
It's not that bad, you little posh bitch.
It's the tea of the common people, Audrey.
Well, I'm common, and I drink this tea.
Why isn't Christian Grey getting her Earl Grey?
Oh my gosh.
Riddle me that, Audrey. It would have been so easy and so obvious. Earl Grey is the upper class tea, Christian Grey is upper class. Maybe that's why he's called Christian Grey, because of the tea. Maybe it's because of his piercing grey eyes that see to the depths of your soul and places beyond.
Anything to eat? No, thank you. I shake my head and he heads to the counter. I surreptitiously gaze at him from beneath my lashes as he stands in line waiting to be served. I could watch him all day. He's tall, broad-shouldered, and slim, and the way those pants hang from his hips. Oh my. Oh gosh. Once or twice, he runs this long, graceful through his now dry but still disorderly hair. I'd like to do that.
I'd like to run my fingers through some of his other hair, if you get what I'm saying.
God, shut up. And my face flames. I bite my lip and stare down at my hands again, not liking where my wayward thoughts are headed. Penny for your thoughts. Gray is back, startling me. It's just so stupid.
Penny for your thoughts, love. What you thinking about? Go on then, show us your minge.
I was just thinking about running my fingers through her hair and wondering if it would feel soft to the touch. I shake my head. He's carrying a tray, which he sets down on the small, round, birch veneer table. He hands me a cup and saucer, a small teapot, and a side plate bearing a lone tea bag labeled Twining's English Breakfast. My favorite.
Why does she have such a fucking boner for describing the materials that things are made of?
I have no idea. He has a coffee which bears a wonderful leaf pattern imprinted in the milk. How do they do that, I wonder, idly? He's also bought himself a blueberry muffin. Putting the tray aside, he sits opposite of me and crosses his long legs. He looks so comfortable, so at ease with his body. I envy him. Here's me, all gawky and uncoordinated, barely able to form.
Gawking and uncoordinated.
Barely able to get from A to B without falling flat on my fucking face. Your thoughts? He prompts me. My favorite tea. My voice is quiet, breathy. I simply can't believe I'm sitting up Christian Grey in a coffee shop in Portland. He frowns. He knows I'm hiding something. I pop the tea bag into the teapot and almost immediately push it out again with my teaspoon. As I place the used tea bag back on the side plate, he cocks his head, gazing quizzically at me. I like my tea black and weak. I mutter.
Oh my god, what is the fucking point of having English breakfast and dunking it in a full teapot for 2 seconds?
That wouldn't do anything!
No, she's just drinking water with like a tiny little hintlet, like the smallest fucking millionth of a particle of tea. Jesus Christ. No English person was consulted in the writing of this book. This is garbage. I hate this now. Even though I personally don't drink tea and I don't like it. I am an Englishman. I remain an Englishman. And it's garbage. I like my tea black and weak, I mutter as an explanation. I see. So is he your boyfriend? Whoa. What? Who? The photographer, Jose Rodriguez, the most Mexican man in the world. I laugh, nervous but curious. What gave him that impression? No, Jose's a good friend of mine, that's all. Why did you think he was my boyfriend? The way you smiled at him, and he at you. His gaze holds mine. He's so unnerving. I want to look away, but I'm caught. Spellbound. He's more like family, I whisper. Grey nods, seemingly satisfied with my response, and glances down at his blueberry muffin. His long fingers deftly peel back the paper, and I watch, fascinated. I wonder what else he can do with those long fingers. Maybe cram them up a butthole? I don't know.
Cram.
Sorry. There's no verb more sexual than cram. Just cram a dick in there. Sorry, I'm derailing the story. Do you want some? He asks, and that amused secret smile is back. No thanks. I frown and stare down at my hands again. And the boy I met yesterday at the store, he's not your boyfriend? No, Paul's just a friend, I told you yesterday. Oh, this is getting silly. Why do you ask? You seem nervous around men. Holy crap, that's personal. I'm just nervous around you, Grey, you fucking big dick piece of shit. I find you intimidating. I flush scarlet, but mentally pat myself on the back for my candor, and gaze at my hands again. I hear his sharp intake of breath. You should find me intimidating. What? Where does this dude get off?
We don't know yet.
You should find me intimidating. He nods. You're very honest. Please don't look down. I'd like to see your face. Oh. I glance at him and he gives me an encouraging but wry smile. I think it gives me some sort of clue what you might be thinking. He breathes. You're a mystery, Miss Steele. Mysterious? Me? There's nothing mysterious.
That makes me, that reminds me of That's So Raven. That's so Raven. It's a future Yeah. Yep, that's me.
Yep, that's me, Raven Simone, but I can see the future. What?
Like, if that was me at that date, I would be like, that's me.
Just shrugging.
Yeah.
There's nothing mysterious about me. I think you're very self-contained, he murmurs. Am I? Wow. How am I managing that? This is this is so bad. This is bewildering. Me? Self-contained? No way.
Bitch, do you know what that means? Like,
I'm not self-contained. I wear my heart on my sleeve and reveal all of my feelings except for every single page of this novel, in which I don't and keep it to myself and never tell anyone anything. My name is Anna and I'm an idiot. Fucking sick of this idiot. She's so stupid.
Yeah, you know, I try to be like, you know, gosh, she's dumb.
She dumb. Self-contained? No way. Except when you blush, of course, which is often. Just wish I knew what you were blushing about. He pops a small piece of muffin into his mouth and starts to chew it, slowly, not taking his eyes off me. As if on cue, I blush. Crap. Do you always make such personal observations? I hadn't realized I was. Have I offended you? He sounds surprised. No, I answer truthfully. Good. But you're very high-handed. He raises his eyebrows and, if I'm not mistaken, flushes slightly too. I'm used to getting my own way, Anastasia, he murmurs. In all things. Whoa! Do you think he could be talking about sex? Audrey, do you think he's talking about fucking?
I think he's probably talking about literally everything.
Yeah, he's a rich white dude, so I don't doubt it. Why haven't you asked me to call you by your first name? I'm surprised by my audacity. Why has this conversation become so serious? This isn't going the way I thought it was going to go. I can't believe I'm feeling so antagonistic towards him. It's like he's trying to warn me off. The only people who use my given name are my family and a few close friends. That's the way I like it. Oh, he still hasn't said...
What's his given name? Like...
Christian.
Oh, I mean, it's just weird. Okay.
Oh, he still hasn't said, call me Christian. He is a control freak. There's no other explanation. Part of me is thinking maybe it would have been better if Kate had interviewed him. Two control freaks together. Plus, of course, she's almost blonde. Well, strawberry blonde, like all the women in his office. And she's beautiful, my subconscious reminds me. I don't like the idea of Christian and Kate. I take a sip of my tea. First off, she's not drinking fucking tea, she's drinking hot water.
Yeah.
Bullshit. And Gray eats another small piece of his muffin. If only there were cherries in that muffin, then it could have been even more poignant and pointed. But like, oh yeah, he's chewing a cherry, popping it, if you will, with his teeth. Wow.
Lord.
Filth. Are you an only child? He asks. Whoa, keeps changing direction.
Has the bitch ever had a conversation? Like, I'm confused.
No, I answer truthfully, as though it's something that I would feel the need to lie about because my name's Anastasia Steele and I'm a fucking moron. Why did you feel the need? Why did EL Jim Jam or feel the need to say I answered truthfully? Like,
I'm gonna lie to Christian Grey about my family and say I've got 75 siblings. See if he likes me then. Huh?
Stupid. This book is stupid.
It really is.
No, I answered truthfully. Good. Whoa, he keeps changing direction. Yes. Tell me about your parents. Why does he want to know this? It's so dull. My mum lives in Georgia with her new husband, Bob. My stepdad lives in Montesano. Your father? My father died when I was a baby. I'm sorry, he mutters, and a fleeting troubled look crosses his face. I don't remember him. And your mother remarried? I snort. You could say that. He frowns at me. You're not giving much away, are you? He says dryly, rubbing his chin as if deep in thought. Neither are you. You've interviewed me once already, and I can recollect some quite probing questions then. He smirks at me. Holy shit, he's remembering the gay question. Once again, I'm mortified. In years to come, I know I'll need intensive therapy to not feel this embarrassed every time I recall the moment.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck off, that's not what therapy's for.
Fuck you, yeah. Come on, this has never been, like, therapy.
My God. I'm so embarrassed at this precise moment in time that I've literally contracted a mental illness. Oh my God. Sometimes I like to put my pencils in color order. I have obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Gosh. Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody in the whole world eat my fucking asshole for breakfast? Grab a napkin, bitch boy, because you're gonna be biting dick. I start babbling about my mother, anything to block that memory. My mother is wonderful. She's an incurable romantic. She's currently on her 4th husband. Christian raises his eyebrows in surprise. That's not incurable. Would you say that those two things are congruent?
I don't know. She gets bored and keeps going.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't want to judge. But at the same time, hopeless romantic and has had 4 husbands. They don't really mesh to me. They seem opposite.
Well,
I don't know. Whatever. Christian raises his eyebrows in surprise. I miss her, I continue. She has Bob now. I just hope he can keep an eye on her and pick up the pieces when her harebrained schemes don't go as planned. I smile fondly. I haven't seen my mum for so long. Christian is watching me intently, taking occasional sips of his coffee. I really shouldn't look at his mouth. It's unsettling. Why is she so revolted by the mouth that is going to be wrapped around her later in the book?
Oh, oh,
oh! You know it's true though. What orifice isn't that mouth going to be exploring later on in this this tumultuous tome?
Owen, dude.
Grim. Do you get along with your stepfather? Of course, I grew up with him. He's the only father I know. And what's he like? Ray? He's taciturn. That's it? Gray asks, surprised. I shrug. What does this man expect? My life story? Taciturn, like his stepdaughter, Gray prompts. I refrain from rolling my eyes at him. Okay, so in my Kindle version, you know how on Kindle people can highlight bits of the story? And be like, this was a good part. Apparently 575 people have highlighted just the word taciturn there.
Because they didn't know what it meant.
Oh, I guess so. And
they needed to look that up.
People who were trying to look it up and then accidentally highlighted it instead.
They're like, oh, taciturn.
Ooh, that's a good word. Ugh, this book is already getting me off with its good vocabulary.
Like literally.
I refrain from rolling my eyes at him. He likes soccer, European soccer especially. You mean football? I think what you mean is football? Drinking fucking English tea, piece of shit. Get the terminology right. Fuck you. And bowling and fly fishing and making furniture. He's a carpenter, ex-army. I sigh. You lived with him? Yeah, my mum made husband number 3 when I was 15. I stayed with Ray. He frowns as if he doesn't understand. You didn't want to live with your mom? He asks. This really is none of his business. Husband number 3 lived in Texas. My home was Montesano and, my mum was newly married. I stop. My mum never talked about husband number 3. Where is Craig going with this? This is none of his business. 2 can play at that game. Tell me about your parents, I ask. He shrugs. My dad's a lawyer, my mom is a pediatrician. They live in Seattle. Oh, he's had an affluent upbringing. Big fucking surprise.
Oh, yeah. How do you think he got rich at like 25 or whatever?
Rich boy McCoy had rich parents. Wow, what a big fucking surprise. Oh, yeah. Using my vast business contacts and a small loan of $700,000 from my parents, I leveraged that into a small business. Now I own every single building in this state, and I own you, Anastasia.
Literally.
Wow. That place that you work, I could buy it like that. Is that arousing to you? No. Well, I'm gonna do it. Gonna buy it. Gonna buy your home and have it demolished. Fuck you. Whee. He's had an affluent upbringing. And I wonder about a successful couple who adopts 3 kids and one of them turns into a beautiful man who takes on the business world and conquers it single-handed. What drove him to be that way? His folks must be proud. What drove him to be rich? The fact that he already was? 'Tis a mystery. What do your siblings do? Elliot's in construction, and my little sister is in Paris, studying cookery under some renowned French chef. His eyes cloud with irritation. He doesn't want to talk about his family or himself. I hear Paris is lovely, I murmur. Why doesn't he want to talk about his family? Is it because he's adopted? I mean, yeah, it could be. could be that. It's beautiful. Have you been? He asks, his irritation forgotten. I've never left mainland USA. So now we're back to banalities. What is he hiding? Would you like to go? To Paris? I squeak. This has thrown me. Who wouldn't want to go to Paris? Of course, I concede, but it's England that I'd really like to visit. Why? Literally why? He cocks his head to one side, running his index finger across his lower lip. Oh my.
I love that breakfast tea. I must have more.
What a...
tea.
There's so many weird things about this, yeah. Why does she want to go to England? It's a fucking grey cesspit. And two, why is he running his finger against his lower lip?
He's trying to turn her on, and it's working.
Is that would that work on a normal person, or does it only work on fucking sheltered Magoo over here who's never even seen a man? If I went up to some attractive lady in a pub or tavern, Audrey, advise me here, and I ran my finger along my bottom lip, would you be like, "Ugh"?
Well, let me tell you this. If I went up to some decent-looking dude at a pub or a bar, and I was talking to him, and I was just kind of casually running my thumb across my lip while staring him in the eyes, what do you think that would do?
He might stare at your lip and be like, what the fuck is this bird doing?
I would be like, I'm giving you hints, bloke.
Have you got some sort of rash on your mouth, darling? Is it gonorrhea? I've had that. It's not nice. Got a topical cream though back at my place. We can go use it together if you like. Come here often, love. Get your coat, you've pulled. You probably wouldn't flirt with such a man. This man sounds awful and I hate him.
I would not flirt with this man.
I hate this disgusting British homunculus. He's awful. He cocks his head to one side, running his index finger across his lower lip. Oh my. Because I blink rapidly. Concentrate, Steele. It's the home of Shakespeare, Austen, the Bronte sisters, Thomas Hardy. I'd like to see the places that inspired those people to write such wonderful books. All this talk of literary greats reminds me that I should be studying. I glance at my watch. I better go. I have to study. For your exams? Yeah, they start Tuesday. Where's Miss Kavanagh's car? In the hotel parking lot. I'll walk you back. Thank you for the tea, Mr. Gray. He smiles his odd, I've got a whopping big secret smile. Jesus Christ, that didn't go the direction I thought it was going to. You're welcome, Anastasia. It's my pleasure. Come. He commands. I'm going to guess that that's not the first time we're going to be hearing that sentence.
Probably not.
Holds his hand out to me. I take it, bemused, and follow him out of the coffee shop. We stroll back to the hotel, and I'd like to say it's in companionable silence. He at least looks his usual calm, collected self. As for me, I'm desperately trying to gauge how our little coffee morning has gone. I feel like I've been interviewed for a job, but I'm not sure what for. Do you always wear jeans? He asks out of the blue. Mostly. He nods. We're back at the intersection, across the road from the hotel. My mind is reeling. What an odd question. I'm aware that our time together is limited. This is it. This was it, and I've completely blown it. I know. Perhaps he has someone. Do you have a girlfriend? I blurt out. Holy crap, did I just say that out loud?
His lips quirk up in a half smile and he looks down at me. I just wanted to jump right in because it was such a funny stopping point. That's why I did it. No, Anastasia, I don't do the girlfriend thing, he says softly. Oh, what does that mean? He's not gay. Oh, maybe he is. Crap, he must have lied to me in his interview. And for a moment, I think he's going to follow on my explanation. Included his cryptic statement. He doesn't. I have to go. I have to try to go reassemble my thoughts. I have to get away from him. I walk forward and I trip, stumbling headlong. And shit, Anna! Gray cries. Tugs the hand that he's holding so hard that I fall back against him just as the cyclist whips past, narrowly missing me, heading the wrong way up this one-way street. It all happens so fast. 1 minute I'm falling, the next I'm in his arms, and he's holding me tightly against his chest. I inhale his clean, vital scent.
Whoa! In a hot fucking whiff of jizz. Oh. Not that vital.
It's an expensive body wash. Oh my! I inhaled deeply. Are you okay? Whispers. He's one arm around me, clasping him to me. Clasping?
Yeah,
While
clasping.
the fingers of his other hand softly trace my face, gently probing, examining me.
Ugh.
Some brushes my lower lip, and I hear his breath hitch. He's staring into my eyes, and I hold his vicious, burning gaze for a moment. Or maybe it's forever. But eventually, my attention is drawn to his beautiful mouth. Oh my. And for the first time in 21 years, I want to be kissed. I want to feel his mouth on me.
Ugh. This is bad. This is bad writing. For the first time in my damn life, I want a man to put his disgusting fat lips on my face.
Slaughter.
I want him to suck out my tongue. I don't know what kissing is. Okay, so what did you think of that chapter as a whole, as an entity, as a sort of slithering, sliming, freshly born nightmare?
She's so... God bless her. She needs help.
To be fair,
she needs to be in therapy for other stuff.
She needs to get laid.
She needs to lay herself or something. Like, she's got that internalized thing where you're just like, oh, big, strong, rich man, I'm worthless. And it's like, girl, no. Like, go talk to other women.
You can do better. Just because he touched his lip once and he saved you from getting crushed by a cyclist.
But your dumb ass can't even walk. Like, but I say this as if I don't fucking do that stuff. Literally, I've been pulled out of oncoming traffic. I am that clumsy, but I don't try to make it cool. I'm just a dumbass.
You don't get constantly swept off your feet by beautiful rich men.
They be trying.
Constantly hanging around big business moguls being like, oh, I do declare I'm about to walk into some traffic.
Oh, honey, if you think I'm hanging out willingly with business majors. No thanks.
They're bad. Well, I have to say, there's a lot of bad writing in this book.
The sentence structure, very poo-poo.
There's a lot about this book which is frankly ass. Could it get more ass? I just don't know. My personal thought is, probably it could, but just how ass is it going to get?
I can't wait until they start doing the terrible sex scenes. I can only imagine it.
Do you think the sex scenes are going to be really, really, like, graphic? Or do you think they're going to be very sort of metaphor-y and floaty and flowery?
They're going to be metaphor-y, flowery, because I have it. Before we even discuss, you remember I said we have to do this because listen to this excerpt that I found. They're just my inner goddess. She calls her pussy her inner goddess. So it's
yeah,
it's going to be terrible.
Do you think it would be more palatable if it was really graphic?
Maybe. But like, just be real. Just get a little graphic, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
take it more serious because that's what's actually happening.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to feel when we get to the sex. I feel like it's going to be in like a chapter or two. Unless she sets the scene even more. We don't know. But like...
See, in the movie, nothing happened until like the very end. And it was literally her just getting her ass spanked. She acted like it was the end of the world. Like, oh, what's wrong with you?
You don't know anything. Just, I don't know. Is E.L. James going to bust out the word pussy? Probably not. Just like a full
say pussy.
Chapter or 2 chapters of Christian Gray's rock hard penis was pounding artlessly onto my cold pussy. He continued to do this for about 11 minutes while I felt nothing. Then he climaxed. Anyway, I retreated into the bathroom, hopped into the shower to wash his stink off me, and masturbated to completion. End of story.
He has sex jeans. He really has a pair of jeans he puts on that he fucks in.
What?
That's really something in this book. That's why I was like, we have to read this.
But that sort of defies the point of fucking. Now, I don't know an awful lot about fucking, but you sort of need to have your junk exposed. Why would you put on...
He pulls it out of the button fly.
That's so uncomfortable.
I know.
It's so uncomfortable having like knob rubbing against hard denim and button, or possibly even zip. What if he lacerated his penis on zip?
Dude deserves it.
Obviously he does, but like, from his point of view, I don't think he wants that. Although, as far as I'm aware, he's into the BDSM. Maybe that is what he wants. Maybe he just wants fucking Anastasia Steele to come up and stab his penis with a box cutter.
I'll do that if he pays me.
Oh yeah, you like that,
like,
Christian
yeah, sure,
Grey?
I hate this thing. I want to get rid of it.
You want me to fucking open up your ball bag with a Stanley knife? I'll do it.
Ooh.
This is taking a turn. Let's end the episode now.